Hey, Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Chakudash, the ones and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to you, brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting that good fight of faith, Lord willing, we're finding that number to be delivered. All right. So again, I got another video ready to be queued up and ready to view. It was a little confusing because I wasn't too sure of which vehicle she was referring to, whether it be the chariots, of the Most High, or whether it be, well, she uses the term ships. All right. I wasn't too sure if it was the ship that sailed by sea or the ship, aka the chariots. All right. So I'm gonna play the footage of her, and you're gonna hear what she has to say. And in either way, what what this young lady's talking about is a little on the askew side. All right, so let me play this video. You can hear what she got to say.
Hello. This is a very, very late message, but this one is actually from my husband, and I just had a reminder a few minutes ago. He told me to tell y'all, when them ships pull up, get on the ships. I don't care that our beliefs are different or whatever, you think we're crazy, whatever you think. I'm telling you, if those ships pull up, you better get on them. Because if you stay behind, you're going to be sorry. A lot of y'all got children, y'all got families, people that y'all love. You don't understand what's going on. Father is not going to spare America. He is going to remove his children, put them up in a safe place, in a wilderness, in a place that he has prepared for them. The rest of the world will be going through great tribulation. And no, you're not getting beamed up out of here before that happens. It's going to be the worst thing that the world has ever experienced. Get on the ship. Don't love your possessions too much. Don't love some of your loved ones too much. I can't go because such ain't going. Well, you and them finna go through hell and possibly even lose your life. When them ships pull up, get on them, because the world is fixing to see the wrath of the Most High like never before.
All right, so there you have it. When the ships pull up, get on them. Now, again, it's not too clear what ships he's referring to, so I'm gonna go down this route. Whether it be the chariot or a ship of the sea, it's not going down that way. Okay, it's definitely not going to go down that way, because first and foremost, the times that we're living in, we're about to come into another so-called, shutdown, I believe, and once that takes place, it's just going to steamroll from there. All right, and another thing to add to that, you ain't getting on no damn ship or no boat, if you will, with Esau at the helm. All right, you cannot trust this devil to bring you anywhere. All right, unless a brother come out the cabin there and salute you, in the name of Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, then you can possibly get on that boat. But that shit ain't gonna happen. All right, and neither is you having the decision to get on the boat or not. It's gonna happen. It's not your choice, man. It's not your choice whether you get on a chariot or not. All right. Now I'm gonna go with, she's speaking about the chariots of the Most High. Okay, I'm gonna go with that, because anything outside of that is not logical. Okay, anything outside of that is not logical, because why would the Lord set up the time of Jacob's trouble but give you an outlet? If you're gonna leave, now's the time to leave. All right, you don't have to wait for a ship to pull up. If you know the prophecies and you know that the danger's coming, you know the devil's gonna come down having great wrath, you know these things before they happen, so why don't you pick up and leave now? Why wait? Okay, so let me go to John 15-16. It says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. Okay, and out of this verse, this is the part I want to focus on. The Lord said, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. Okay? It's not your decision to make whether or not you get on a chariot. All right? It's not your decision to make whether or not you get saved. This is all the Lord's choosing, man. So for the Lord to choose you, clearly, the Lord has saw fit that you was diligent. You gave diligence to make your calling and election sure. You studied to show yourself approved. You believed in the word. You believed in his name. All right. You had faith. You've done all that you could possibly do to stand. All right. And you never gave up. Those are things that I believe are worthy of the Lord saying, you know what? You might be able to earn you a secure spot. All right. Now, this whole thing with the boats and if she's talking about sailboats or ships in the sea, we understand that the MOTB is right around the corner. It's here, but it's going to be in full effect. All right. So if you ain't getting on no ship between now and then, you ain't going no goddamn where. Unless them ships is going to pull up in the next 20 days or so, 30 days, 2024 is about to be hell. All right. And the Esau is already starting to show his horns on that. But when the MOTB is implemented, the scriptures say no man's going to buy or sell. So you ain't hopping on no damn boat and just running down to the dock and like, yeah, I'm getting on this bad boy. We about to sail over to the wilderness. All right. The last thing Esau is going to do, the last thing he's going to do is to let you so-called Negroes, West Indian Latinos run wild and run free. That shit ain't happening. He knows who you are. He knows what you're about. And he knows how the Heavenly Father adores his people, man. All right. So to tell people to go get on a boat, where's that boat going? Where's it going? Where's it going? We've been brought over here for a reason. All right. You've had many people that tried to leave out of this place and ended up coming back to the place that they left. Because wherever they went, the grass wasn't green on the other side. They felt that it was time to come back to their house, whatever. Okay. So going down the path of, if it was the chariots, you ain't just going to get on that chariot. You ain't just going to pick and choose whether or not you get on a chariot. And you ain't going to be the one that's going to say, hey, I'll decide when they come. Matthew 24:41. 2 women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken and the other left. You see that? The one shall be taken. That doesn't sound like, an option to me. You listen to the young lady, she said, her husband told her, to tell you people when them ships come, get on them. Now, she had mentioned being beamed up. All right. So this could mean it could be talking about ships of the sea. Okay. And even with that, you're not going to be able to roam about this place freely. And you can see that already coming into play, man. What happened in 2000 when they locked this shit down? Esau talking about there's another, white lung virus. That shit from China, that shit can shut this bitch back down. You was barely able to go to a damn store, let alone walk down to some ship and get on a boat and sail across the world. And again, I'm not attacking these people, but you got to make sense of all this. Where's this ship going to go? If it's a boat, where is it going to go? Where is this wilderness? Okay? And how do you know that you are in that number? We sit there and pray that we're of the hopeful elect. And with that being said, praying that you're of the hopeful elect, you know it comes with that. You know, being of the hopeful elect comes with a seat on the chariot. You know, but the shortcut, I guess there's a shortcut that, you know, a lot of us didn't get the memo that the ship is coming. These ships are coming. You're gonna have to get on them, whether you choose or not. And when there's a fire in a building, you getting the hell out of Dodge. Bottom line, you ain't staying in there talking about, I got a fireproof door, I'm gonna stay here and, you know, and sweat it out. No, you getting the hell out of Dodge. And likewise, these ships that she's referring to, in the masses of the people that whom she said, you know, you may want to got family members and all this other, whatever she said. When the heat starts getting hot in the kitchen, niggas is getting out of Dodge. They ain't gonna give a damn about nobody else. They're gonna try to save their life. Okay? From there, Revelation 11 and 12. And it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to the heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. All right? And whatever which way she's talking now, regardless, the Lord's going to deliver you. You ain't going to just get on a boat and deliver yourself. Okay? It says, and they ascended up into the heaven in a cloud. It didn't say, and they walked down to the shore and got on a boat and sailed the 7 seas. And that's another thing for those who are inland, if you will. You know, because she made it sound like if the ships show up all of a sudden, you got to get on it. And that's how she's making it sound, how she's been taught to say it, like these ships are going to show up all of a sudden. But what about these people that live in, let's say, the Israelites over in Oklahoma, all right, in Nebraska, all in those regions, who are not near a body of water? So when these ships come, they're gonna sit there and give everybody a couple hours to come on down to the dock or come on down to the shore. It doesn't make sense to me, man. Either, I mean, am I not getting this? And I'm not getting what she's putting down. But from the sounds of it, you know, everybody's gonna have an option whether or not to board these ships. You may have the option to say, I'm gonna forego the ship because my girl and her daughter are at the house and they didn't know about the ship coming. You know, we gotta stay focused in this thing, man, and hope and pray that the Lord deliver us out of here. Now, will there be situations where the other nations are going to bring Israelites from afar? Absolutely. But concerning Babylon the Great, ain't no ship sailing out of here with Israelites on them looking to go to the world. There's no ship sailing out of here. All right? This is a goddamn prison. What do you think they're doing right now? They're bringing people here, not even deporting people. So you think in the meantime they're bringing all these immigrants here, but they're going to take the Israelites that have found who they are and put them on a boat and let them go? Had not Moses cried to Pharaoh, let my people go? You think Esau's just going to decide, oh, by the way, these are the Lord's people, we're going to let them go? Absolutely not. You ain't going to goddamn place. And even if them ships do show up, and if they are boats that you're referring to, they're going to drive you, sail you out to the middle of the goddamn ocean and throw your ass overboard. This is the devil we're dealing with. Don't forget that. This is the devil we're dealing with. And not only are we dealing with him, we're dealing with him in his kingdom. He's not going to let you go. That's why the Lord said, wait ye upon me. You still ain't going to all of a sudden recognize you as the children of Israel and decide to let you get on a boat and go somewhere, shit. Now, these boats may be showing up in different regions of the world, bringing the so-called Jews back to Israel. Now, that has been going on for a few years now. And if you're trying to intermingle yourself with those so-called prophecies of those people, then you sadly mistaken, man. You got it all twisted up. Ships ain't coming over here to save you niggas, man. They ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna happen, man. Okay? The scripture just said in the enemies, matter of fact, let me get it again. Revelation 11 and 12. And it says, and their enemies beheld them. Okay? What did the enemies behold? What did they see? What did they see happening? Okay? When the Lord gave that shout. Well, let's read it. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. It says, and when they see it, who is that? The enemy. They shall be troubled with terrible fear. All right? Why are they going to be troubled with terrible fear when they behold us and behold the things that are happening to us? Why are they going to be troubled with terrible fear? Because we're going to disappear right before their very eyes. That's why. Okay? They're not going to see us walking down to the docks. They're not going to see us sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time, waiting for the ship to come rolling in. That's not going to take place, man. All right? You ain't leaving America on a ship to go into the wilderness. And it says, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that he looked for. Okay? They're going to be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation. Getting on a boat and sailing out of the harbor is not strange, man. That's not strange. People gonna look like, where these niggas going? Where do they think they're going? Okay? But what is going to be strange when you're gonna be at work, with your coworker, and all of a sudden you disappear, you know what that's gonna cause? That's gonna cause terrible fear to fall upon somebody when they see that happen. Okay? Nobody's gonna be fearful of you exiting America by means of a boat, if that's what she's talking about, by means of a boat. Ain't nobody gonna be fearful of that. All right? So far beyond all that they looked for. Meaning what? Here you go to work with this cat for the past 12 years, 13 years. Never in his life did he ever think that you were going to disappear before his very eyes, to be gone forever. Okay? Never did he ever think once that you was a prophet of the Lord and that you was of that chosen line, that royal seed. Never. So when this happens, they're going to be troubled with terrible fear. They're going to be like, wow, who was this guy? What happened to him? And that's going to cause a lot of people to lose their minds too. But then again, at that point in time, there might not be much time left on this country anyway. All right? So let's keep it moving real quick, finish this off. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 12. And again, going back to if this thing is about boats. It says, the earth quaketh and the foundation thereof. The sea arises up with the waves from the deep. All right? So when all hell starts breaking loose and, these boats are in the seas or what have you, this nuclear blast and the nuclear wind is really going to disrupt everything, man. Okay? The seas are not going to remain calm. All right? The people aren't going to remain calm. It's going to be some trying times, to say the least. But again, you ain't getting on a boat and leaving America, or even having the choice whether or not you're going to get on the boat, or the choice to get on a chariot. Because the chariots ain't coming to land on the earth, man. That's why the Lord said, come up hither. Come up hither. How we going to get up there? We ain't going to use a ladder. We ain't going to get aboard a plane or a helicopter. The Lord's going to beam us up to him. Okay? So again, everything that you people are referring to is not going to come to fruition. And I want to make it clear, from America, ain't no ship sailing out of here, man. Right now they're trying to stuff America with as many people as they possibly can. Because I believe, whether it be a biological, a chemical, or nuclear, I believe this place is going to be ground zero, man, for a lot of death and destruction. So Esau's not going to be sending no boats. If that's the case, he round all these people up that are coming in this country and send them out. Now, I don't give a damn if they come or not. That's not my concern. But at the same time, if he's going to start, sending boats and ships somewhere, send it to the coast where all these immigrants are, and sail them back to where they're from. But that makes too much sense, because they don't want to sail people back. They want to stuff America to the tippity top. All right? Continuing on. Let me wrap this up real quick. This is Isaiah 26:20. It says, come, my people, enter thou into thy chamber, and shut the doors about thee. Hide thyself as if it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. Right. You're going to have to be in that chariot to hide yourself. All right? And even in the time of Jacob's trouble, even during that time, or even the time leading up to the time of Jacob's trouble, all right? According to these people, there's probably going to be a mass exodus out of Babylon, out of America. Okay? So if there's a mass exodus out of America, how is that mass exodus going to take place in their eyes? By means of these ships. Not by the chariots of the Lord. Because if you're talking about the chariots, you ain't going to have a choice whether or not you're on board a chariot. All right? And he says, hide thyself as if for a little moment, until the righteous anger be overpassed. So if you plan on leaving America, you better leave soon. If these ships that you speak of are boats of the sea, then they better roll up to different shores and sound the alarm. How are these people supposed to know? These people that live in these states such as Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. How are they supposed to know? How are they supposed to know that these ships, if you're talking about boats, these ships are now going to start rolling up? Doesn't make sense. All right? So just remember, the only way out of here, when all hell starts breaking loose, is, Lord willing, you being delivered up, beamed up into the chariot by Yahweh Shmi Yahushai. Anything outside of that, you ain't going nowhere. You stuck here. And this may be your burial ground over here. All right, so with that, I'm going to end it there. Lord willing, I'll see you on another one. I say shalom.